Today we have a BMW E46 M3. This has obviously been track prepped by AJ. It's not designed for the canyons, but we're going to see how it fares nonetheless. This is powered by the S54 engine. That's a 3.2 liter naturally aspirated inline six, making 333 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, but this has an extensive mod list. Starting off with engine and drivetrain, I mean, of course you got to do the VANOS, the rod bearings, the subframe. We got belts and pulleys, we got exhaust, we got a massive mod list you can find down in the description. Kinematic speed, the race shifter, Drexel differential 1.5-way LSD. We have MCS 2-way remote coilovers, both front and rear. Front camber plates, a half cage. For brakes, we have the AP Racing Pro 5000 on calipers and AP Racing SX rotors, front and rear. Brake pads, we have FRGs. Tires are Toyo RR 275 section width all round, although you can go up to a 295 section width, and those are wrapped around Apex VS5 RS wheels in 11-inch width. We got 11-inch wheels both front and rear, fucking massive. You can even see the fenders cut away to make room for them, and these have, I think, a 5mm spacer as well, so look at that level of poke and such concavity to the wheels as well. We're not messing around. We're maximizing as much rubber as we can for the road. For aero, we got a carbon splitter kit, GT wing kit, vented hood, and for weight reduction, I mean, of course, the whole interior strip. We got a carbon roof and rear Lexan window. And getting into the interior, we have pretty aggressive buckets. Oh, I just barely fit in. 31-inch waist. That is very snug. And as you can tell, a very purpose-built cockpit. Everything is stripped. We're saving a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if this car was closer to 3,000 pounds. You gotta remember, OEM from factory is around 3,400. We've got this AIM display unit right here, Race Logic. I mean, this is a full-out track build. Normally has a Garmin unit here as well. 5-speed manual transmission. You gotta remember, the 6-speed adds an extra, what, 30 pounds or so? And that 6th gear is really just for highway. Very heavy clutch, and the engagement point is very low as well. A very unforgiving bite. Gotta be careful if you want to be smooth with it. Highly intentional. A lot of NVH. Solid engine bushings. Suspension's been redone. Wow. What a sharp car, holy crap. This is so incredibly direct. Every little micro adjustment to the wheel is immediately translated into movement at the front end. Beautiful throttle response. Let's see what happens if we go into sport mode. Oh wow, it's already 2 on-off switch. There's no 10% or 20% throttle. It goes 0 to 50% just like that. Maybe not quite, but you know what I mean. Let's turn that off. Like the shift lights. Dude, this front end though, the steering is phenomenal. The best steering I have felt in the E46. So direct, it's still kind of light. You gotta remember, it's hydraulic assist. But there's so much feedback. And it's so sharp and direct. Suspension, very firm, but you can tell this is top shelf stuff. Truly top shelf stuff. MCS 2-way remote. Is it overdamped for a canyon road like this that's bumpy and not a smooth racetrack? Yes. But you can still tell the quality of the damping, the speed of the damping is excellent. And of course, when the car is this stiff, body control is exceptional. This must have a shorter final drive ratio because I'm growing through those gears real quick. I actually like this transmission because unlike with CAE shifters, which most of the examples, actually every example of CAE shifter I've driven, you can't shift it too fast because there's a lot of resistance right as you get into neutral and before you get to the next gate. Here, you're able to shift this faster and you still have a good amount of that mechanical precision and high effort nature to it. But it's what you want in your track car. Although the ergonomics here are not ideal because the steering wheel has a space which gets me in a nice seated position. I'm low, my legs are nice and far, my arms are you know, not super stretched out. But the issue is that you can't really move this. So now to get into fifth, I gotta stretch my arm all the way out. It's a bit far. I have large 8.5 size hands, and you know, I can barely even reach. Oh, I love this throttle response. The heel toe is so natural. And then it's so aggressive with every flip. You can feel it want to rotate from the rear with that 1.5-way LSD. And every little micro adjustment I have to the throttle is translated. In fact, it's very, very sensitive, so you have to be mindful. More sensitive than average. Oh, really nice brakes too. Concerned when you see really hardcore cars that the brakes may be overly grabby and just unusable on street. Too aggressive and only suited for track, but this here, it's firm, but very high resolution. You can still get the level of clarity you want, and you're trying to precisely control the car. You don't need to think much about it. It's a very natural way that these brakes are set up. And the weight savings are also so front and center. Obviously I can't feel the effect of aero at these lower speeds, but you can feel significant effects of weight savings. What a car, man. What a car. I would love to have a go at this on track. I can feel the front end get a little bit light there, starting to push ever so slightly. You gotta remember, McPherson strut, multi-link rear suspension in the E46. But this is an E46 done right. My God. Another pull. And the beautiful thing is when you lighten a car, just about everything else gets better, right? The willingness to change direction, the communication. I mean, of course, he's done bushings bearings everywhere as well and stiffen up the suspension. You can feel everything that's happening with the car. When I started pushing back there, it was an immediate communication from the vehicle. You have bucket seats which also hold you so tightly that there's no slop. So every little nuance in the chassis you feel immediately, and it gives you more confidence as you push the car harder. It is punishing on a canyon road. No doubt about that. And the engine with these mods it's still a smooth inline six. Like the S54 has always been that way, but it sounds so aggressive and raspy, and man, the theater here it's an awesome car, guys. I mean, obviously built for the street. I mean, obviously built for the track, not for the street. But even still, it's a lot of fun. I have a shit-eating grin on my face. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. And again, would love to try this car on the track. Stay tuned. We might be doing that in the future. Big shout out to the owner, AJ, for letting me review his car. Let me know your thoughts with a comment down below. And my friends, if you want your car reviewed, visit us on jabalandcars.com. Fill out the form on the homepage. Much love, and I'll see you all in that next one.